Hello, afternoon, and welcome back to the 5 Reasons. I am Matthew Oliver, your local Mua, the wedding planner in the south of England, and creating weddings all over the world for you and anyone wishing to get married. So today's 5 reasons is 5 reasons on why to have a wedding fact sheet. Okay, you're probably wondering what a wedding fact sheet is. A wedding fact sheet is normally used as with the invitation, alongside the invitation, just giving more guests more information about your wedding. There can be so much little or so much big, depending on what you're looking for. Very creative, very personal, and it's very great because they're so needed in some cases, especially if you've got a big wedding and a lot of guests want to know the whereabouts of the location, if they need to stay over, where's the nearest hotels, bed and breakfast, inns, manor houses, stately homes, all that sort of stuff. So this gives more of an insight to your fabulous day than just a normal invitation. Don't get me wrong, invitations are fantastic, and if you want to keep it secretive, that's fine. But a wedding fact sheet can still be secretive. It can just give more information, like accommodation, like I mentioned, travel, expenses, your presence of preference, you know, the design maybe, in case you want them to wear specific clothes, about the mother and your mum and dad if they're contributing, the venue itself, giving more information on the venue, what's inside. You can go so much little and you can go so much big, like I said, so there's so much you can do with it. But the fun thing about it is it's very personal and creative, and you can be putting it together. If you've got wedding planner like myself, we do this service for you, and we can create wedding fact sheets with, you know, where we put all the information together. You can keep it to the theme, like I will always say, keep everything to the theme, because it's nice to keep everything together and similar. But obviously a wedding fact sheet's it could be a book, it could be a sheet of paper, it could be loads of different magnets together, like, you know, that you could just keep moving around, like a puzzle piece, which is quite exciting. But anything to do with the theme, so like if it's vintage, you know, it can be like an old scroll, or, you know, if it's a modernised wedding, you can create anything, you know. So it's really nice, it's a really good idea. I'll give you an idea, I'll give you an example of one. Here, obviously I don't think you can see the writing that clearly, but it just gives you some ideas. So on this one, it's just got loads of accommodation that's nearby the wedding. It's got the other information, which is about restaurants and cafes. Don't tell me why. RSVP as well on here, about the children, because, you know, children, some cases you don't know if your children are invited, because your invitation can just say Sally and Brian, when there is there's 4 children in that family. So it gives you an idea if children are invited, and if there is children invited, what do they do, because children at weddings is another subject, and I'll come on to that one soon. Wedding list as well, and the final note, normally just saying thank you and stuff. So that's just a general one, but like I said, you can create crazy ones and more limitation ones, so it's up to you. So the 5 reasons why you should create these wedding stationery fact sheet is: number 1, it's fun. It's fun for you because you can create something that your mind hasn't really created before. If you're not an organiser or an event organiser, or you haven't got anything, you know, normally to do with it, you're going to be putting all this information together. You're going to be ringing around, maybe contacting the venue, what's nearby, maybe doing some activities in your fact sheet, what goes in it. You want to create the fonts, you know, the imagery of what you want to create. So it's fun for you. And second reason, it's exciting for guests, because they're going to be receiving something about your wedding, so it's exciting, and it gives them something exciting to. You might be, you know, normally you would send out this about 6 months before, so it's really fun for them to, you know, get some excited about your wedding, and they're going to start planning it, because they can start planning like accommodations and what presents to get you and travel expenditure and how they're going to get there. So that's second reason. Third reason, that it's personal. It's very personal. It's about you. It's about your wedding. You're creating this wedding fact sheet for them, and so obviously generally that's going to make it very personal. It's about you and about your fiancé to be, and you can make it as personal as ever. So that's the exciting thing as well. Fourth reason, it gives obviously the present preference. You sometimes you find it quite rude to like give your present preference, because you obviously want something. You might not need, you know, something, but they might just be buying something just because you know they can, and that's what they have. If you don't write down your wedding gift preference, they're going to give you something completely different. So it's nice to like give them. I know it kind of comes across quite rude, but everyone does it because it might be money, it might be some stuff towards the honeymoon, it might be, you know, you're moving into a new house as well, so you want like, you know, clockery and cutlery and furniture, or just general, you know, bits and bobs that you need. So it's nice to like have that, and it's good in a, you know, in a fact sheet because it makes them feel more relaxed on what to get you. Fifth reason why you should have a why you should create a wedding fact sheet is it gives them planning ideas for ahead. So they're going to be planning something, you know, before the big day. There might, like I said, it might be a really big wedding where they have to like book accommodation because they might be coming from like Australia or Scotland and the wedding's in London. They might need to, you know, travel, find out, you know, who's going to look after the babies, if they need a babysitter. So it gives them time to plan, and instead of them ringing you all the time and disturbing you because you're going to have a lot of other things to do, send out a wedding fact sheet because it will just give them something. They won't ask any more questions. There's no more questions to ask because everything's in the wedding fact sheet. So they're the 5 reasons why I think it's important to have a wedding fact sheet, even if it's something little, because there's going to be always questions, and you can get very stressed out when sending invitations out. You don't know the general questions that they're going to be asking, because they're going to be asking stupid questions, and it's not nice for you to have all those questions like texting, ringing, emails to you when it's very easy and simple, but you didn't obviously put together a fact sheet. So put together a fact sheet, really easy. You can create it yourself, so it's very, you know, you don't have to spend out a lot of money on it, and it's just very, you know, fun and exciting for everyone. Anyway, that's me done, and I hope you're enjoying it, and take care. And I look like a snowman, but have fun, and I'll speak to you very soon on my next 5 reasons. Take care, bye bye.